Hey YouTube, I'm London and I'm going to be reviewing two BH cosmetic palettes for you today. I just got them in the mail. I'm super excited. So we have two BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. Both are 120 colors. And then I also have a camouflage concealer palette that I wanted to share with you guys as well. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm London, and I'm here on behalf of the Style Rundown, which is a fashion and beauty blog that mixes in all fun things like music and entertainment and photography. So check us out. The link to the blog will be in the info box below or on the side, wherever it is now. Okay, so now let's get to it. The two palettes. So the first palette that I have for review will be the first edition 120 palette, color palette. And then the second palette that I have for review will be the third edition 120 palette. The reason why I didn't get like 1 and 2 was because for me 2 was a little bit too similar to 1. So I really didn't want to buy two palettes at the same time that were quite so similar. I wanted to be able to have a full range of colors. So I decided to get two more extreme palettes, but it's your preference. Whatever, when you go on the site, you see the different kind of palettes they have. Just choose what you're looking for, and it's really a good deal. So let's go over the first palette. So it comes in like I always have trouble opening these. Here we go. It comes in like a palette like that, and both trays of all the colors sit on top of one another. So let's see here. I'm just going to try to adjust the camera so I can show you how this truly works. Here, 1 second. Okay, here we go. So I have the camera adjusted, so now we can get to the review. Alright, so it comes with like these two trays of the eyeshadows on top of each other. It comes with like a nice protective sleeve, and it comes packaged really well so that your eyeshadows don't break in the mail. I did end up getting one casualty, but hey, it's the nature of ordering online. So here's the second palette that was under the first, and you can place the first palette that sits on top right in the inside of the lid, like so. There we go. So this is the, which one was this? This is the first edition palette. It's more bright. It's definitely for like spring and summer. I call this my Nicki Minaj palette because these are the colors that you can always see her wearing, and all her different color wigs and all that good stuff. And it kind of matches my earrings too. By the way, these are by Bodacious. I'll put a link to where you can find these earrings in the info box wherever it is. Okay, so this is the first palette. So it has really nice bright greens and blues, a nice like blue when you want to do a blue smoky eye. You can even venture out and do a nice green smoky eye with this palette. Then you have your nice warm yellows and oranges, and then now you have your pinks and your purples. And then it also comes with a couple of nice neutrals right here, going from like a light white to a kind of shimmer gold, and then to your blacks for like smoky. So it's a pretty good palette filled with a nice array of colors. It's not too bad. Now the second palette that I got, which was the third edition, which is one of my favorites. I really think it's a good palette, and it's very versatile. With the first and the third, you can do so much. You can really do a lot. So I'm just kind of loosen up the top layer here so I can show you. So this is the palette where I did get one of the casualties, one of my Eyeshadow's broke, but no worries. I'm going to be breaking them anyways while I'm using them, so I'm not concerned. So this comes with a nice, deep, dark palette here. You have a lot of browns, a lot of grays, which are good for those neutral days, and it's good for creating a nice smoky eye. And then they come with a nice, bright side to it. So you get your light and your dark. And these have a lot of colors that aren't featured in the first palette. More pastel pinks, kind of pastel oranges, even the more pastel green that you have up here. And then also these deep matte reds and oranges, almost like of a clay texture. So this is a really good palette for more neutral, subtle looks, which I think every girl needs to have. You need to have your extreme and your everyday options. Then I also wanted to go over how pigmented these colors are. Now these palettes cost anywhere from about $34 to $25 depending on when you get them. BH has a lot of sales, so you always want to check in with BH. Just out of the blue, when you're online, check it out. You never know what kind of sale they're running and what kind of deal you might get on your palettes. So yeah, so these, to be a palette, to get a makeup palette under $40 and it be so pigmented and a good quality makeup, you can't ask for more, honestly. And like I these were not sent to me. We were not paid to review these. These were purchased with my own money, and I thought it would be great to review them for the Style Rundown TV on YouTube and for the blog. So let's see. Let's choose one of the dark colors. I'm just going to rub my finger on it, which you should not do because you don't want to get the oil from your finger on your makeup. You can mess it up. I just want to show you how pigmented these makeups are. So I just ran that through. This is a black, kind of like a blackish gray. And that's how deeply pigmented it is. So it's a good palette for a decent amount of money. You don't always have to spend a whole bunch. You don't have to go for the MAC and the NARS. If you just wanna dabble, you're just learning, grab a BH cosmetic palette, and learn and teach yourself, and you won't have to spend a grip of money because we're in a recession. Nobody has it. All right, so those are the palettes. I hope you enjoy the review. Please check back for more. We'll be doing makeup tutorials and fashion know-hows, reviewing celebrity fashion, all of that. So please come back and check with the channel and make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching.